All right, you ready for this?
Nope. Don't want to hear it. Don't want to deal with it today.
Man, that's some bullshit. And I don't know why you act all high and mighty. You're not even the main guy. You're not the main one of us.
The channel's called Low Quality Bruins Fan.
That's because you named the channel.
Okay, all right. So who's the real one? Who's real and who's not?
Stop it. You know it's not that simple. But do you actually not know this?
What do you mean I know? What are you talking about?
You know what? Maybe I should go.
I gotta start going to therapy. Low quality fans of a high quality Bruins team. That is not a dub. Not right. Damn it. I'm gonna miss him. I'll save him for closer to playoffs, right? When we'll see if the magic comes back. But gonna rest him after this one. Boston Bruins, for the first time this season, in the 6th game against them, have lost to the Buffalo Sabres by a score of 6-4. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. I'm legitimately not mad at the loss. I'm disappointed at the loss. I'm disappointed in a lot of the players, in the effort. There's disappointment all around me. You can't swing a dead cat without hitting some disappointment in this building. Seriously, I'm not mad or just like it's not about the loss. We lost a game to the Buffalo Sabres. It happens. It really does. You lose games to worst teams in the league. Last year, you may remember, we couldn't beat the fucking Red Wings. It was the way that we lost that absolutely disgusted me. Rask gets the start in this one. Great. Bergie out. Lower body injury. It appears it has come from that blocked shot from Thursday's game. That's speculation, but let's be honest, it's probably that. Or it's the groin issues that he's had previously in his career and we're all screwed. It's the blocked shot. He's day-to-day right now. I think it's more than anything, it's not worth the risk. Yeah, he's okay. We probably had to convince him to take a couple nights off. Don't push it. There's no reason to risk him, especially against the Sabres. Coyle will bump up to the first line. Turns out that was a huge mistake. Lazar bumps up to the third line. Not really a mistake. And Corrali will center the fourth line. And Bleed gets slotted in on the left side. Why no Freddie? I know a lot of people are asking that question. Is Freddie not an improvement over Bleed? I certainly think so. I still think he's an improvement over Corrali right now. There's something going on. The illness happens. Okay. That's fine. But this is 3 games for an illness. And then he becomes a healthy scratch. And then the fourth line plays well. And all of these things kind of equal. Okay, I see why he's not in. But now you have an open slot. And you chose Bleed over Frederick. There is potential that something bigger is happening here. That Cassidy is upset with Frederick. Or I don't know. I really don't know. Because on the ice doesn't make sense. It doesn't. And Bleed wasn't the worst player out there, but it was weird. It was weird to see that choice over Freddie. And I assume Freddie is in trouble for something. I really couldn't tell you what, though. As I mentioned in the last video, Connor Clifton is not in, Kevin Miller is. There was some rough stuff with him, but also some good stuff. So we're just going to call that one a wash. I still would rather have him in than Cliffy all day. Oh, before we get into this game, I know I've already talked a lot. But before we get into this game, the Bruins are allowed to lose to bad teams. They're not allowed to get outplayed by them in every facet of the game. That's different. You are allowed to lose it because of a couple puck bounces. You're not allowed to lose it because you didn't work. Do your jobs. Now, before the game, this was not a comment after the game, or at least if it was, I didn't see it. Before the game, well before the game, Cassidy had mentioned that 80% of our players received the second dose of the COVID vaccine, which, believe me, comes with some side effects. That's an excuse. That is now an excuse we could go, well, maybe they weren't feeling great. That's weird that they had 8 minutes in the third where suddenly they felt great. The Buffalo Sabres were starting a NHL debut rookie in Urho Luukkonen. I don't know. He's got a lot of L's, U's, K's. Luukkonen gets his first NHL start against the Big Bad Bruins. And shit, did we make it easy on him for most of it? Puck drops, and my big stupid brain does its big stupid thing. My brain's huge. It's huge. I got the biggest brain, the best brain. You talk to anybody, I got the biggest brain around. So my big, beautiful, stupid brain is sitting there 2.5 minutes in, and it's an easy transition. Hall is absolutely erupting down the left side. He gains entrance to the offensive zone. Comfer is the late trailer in the slot. He gets the perfect pass from Hall. Smith is on the right side, and 2 Sabres players are covering Smith, leaving Comfer wide open high slot, and he beats Luukkonen, low glove, easy peasy, posted in. That is 1-0. Less than 3 minutes into the game, and my big, beautiful, stupid brain goes, when do you start feeling bad for this team, man? We are just crushing these guys. Tell you what, didn't feel bad for him this game. Oh, here's a fun little note. 9 minutes in, gotta say, the Sabres came to play. They are working real hard, puck retrievals specifically. That's a really good note, because we couldn't get anything going. Every loose puck that was available, we lost the 50-50 battle for, especially in the first. And this team that continues to be so undisciplined. And this was a weird game because the Buffalo Sabres were thrashing us, but they weren't getting called for anything. Not that it would matter because our power play is too busy chugging dicks to score a goal. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I just would rather them not do it on the ice. 4:30 left in the period. Grizz goes for tripping during a pretty serious bombardment by the Sabres. They were really, really shellacking us. And it takes 10 seconds. Dahlin from the point, he feeds Reinhart in Ovi's office. That's a fat little slapper. That's going to go in. Blocker side, Rask got a piece of it. And it kind of feels like he could have got the whole thing. But he gets a piece of it with a blocker, and it goes in the net. It's 1-1. The dread doesn't set in because you're used to it, right? Come on. We're tied with the Sabres. It'll finish the period that way, but who cares? We've seen this song and dance. Bet the third period will go well for us. The problem is, the first of the 3 games, we were casual. And we got the win, but it was casual. And everyone was kind of like, just get the job done, fine. Second game, low energy. But we got the job done. Fine. Just expend enough to win. Fine. This game, we are getting thoroughly outplayed by the Buffalo Sabres. Start of the second, and we have 2 minutes of solid play, and then we immediately get back to getting outplayed, shellacked, beaten by a Buffalo Sabres team who has no reason to be playing this hard. There are 8 people in front of Rask. Literally. Maybe. I won't check the tape. Sheahan acquires the puck down on Rask's left side. Smart play by him. Feeds it all the way up through the group. Back to Dahlin, who's in the high slot. Beautiful shot. A really, really nice high glove shot. That is going to be 2-1. It's also another one that doesn't look good on Rask, because although Rask probably wasn't stopping this one, he got real low and slid the opposite direction of the shot. That was weird. We managed to take another penalty about 9 minutes in. We do kill that one, surprisingly. 14 minutes in, though, and we're still getting outplayed. It's a broken play in our zone. Middlestat is left alone in the slot. Kevin Miller is 2 fucking feet from a man, but no one's taken the body. He's just left alone. He gets fed the puck from the far right wall, and he just buries it, taps it right in, really. That is 3-1 to the Buffalo Sabres. Going into the third, what is your mindset? Well, let's think about this. You're down 3-1 to a team that you're far better than when you're actually playing the game of hockey. So the conversation you make with yourself during the intermission, because you have all that dead time. I don't like to watch the reports in the middle. The intermission reports piss me off. It doesn't do a lot for me. But so I sit there and oftentimes stare at the ceiling like a charging robot. And I think about how I am interpreting this game. I dissect it, I replay it in my head. You convince yourself, hey, we pot a quick one in the third, it's a 1-goal game, about 8 minutes left of the game, we get another one, tie game, and maybe we finish it in regulation, but we win in overtime. That big stupid brain thinks that. 1:15 into the third period, and I vomit everywhere, all over myself as I watch this. Ruotsalainen, not to be confused with Ristolainen. It's a 3-on-3 transition. He has the puck on the far right side. He tries to feed the center slot. It bounces right back out to him. He's still kind of up in the high slot. He moves in a little bit, and he snipes this high glove. Again, not a good look for Rask. And this one actually forces Rask out of the game. 4-1 to the Buffalo Sabres. And to add to the embarrassment, a minute later, Richie has a one-on-one with his NHL debut rookie goaltender. And the puck just flips off his stick, just pushes forward off his stick right into him. And Luukkonen covers the puck. Easiest NHL debut ever up to this point. In my head, I was like, I can't wait for the Bruins to make a push late in the game just so I know they fucking had it the whole time. They just refused to play. 4 minutes in to the period, Marshy's going to go for slashing because this team has discipline, man. Brutal, the amount of penalties we take. And it might just end our season right there. That might be the reason we lose in the first round of the playoffs, is the freaking penalties. But it's actually funny. It gets comical now. 10 seconds in, and Coyle has a chance for a pretty easy clear on the bottom of the left wall. And instead, he throws the puck directly into the slot, where Reinhart is just there. I don't know what Coyle's problem is on that one, but sends it right in. Reinhart buries it low glove. Halak, I guess, had a chance on it, but what do you do? You don't expect your player to pass it to the guy in the slot who's alone. 8 minutes left in the period. It is 5-1. 8 minutes left in the game. And the third line does something. Comfer gets the puck up at the point and just hammers it down. Just tries to get it on net. Pucks to the net! And the third line is there. Everyone right in front. Just trying to dig away at the puck. Richie gets a stick on it. Goes under Luukkonen. That is 5-2. And look at him cheering. Yay, we got a goal on a rookie goaltender in his NHL debut, and we're losing to the Buffalo Sabres! 4.5 minutes left. Just a nice transition. Miller joins the rush. He has it in the high slot. Makes a little move to the right to create some space, and just fires at 5-hole. Beats Luukkonen. These goals just make you realize, hey, this goalie is super beatable, man. He's super beatable. If only we knew that the whole game. If only we scored a goal 3 minutes in to show us if we get pucks on net, we probably win. Oh, we did that? I guess I am a little upset about this loss, huh? It's 5-3. We pull the goalie with 3.5 minutes left. You get a lucky bounce. It's a little less than 3 minutes left in the game. Hull on the right wall tries to feed the slot where McAvoy is. The pass gets intercepted by Ristolainen. But by intercepted, I mean he taps it and it bounces past Luukkonen. It is 5-4 with over 2.5 minutes left in the game. Maybe we can do this. But with 40 seconds left, Pasta, just terrible stick handling. We've seen that his hands are not where they've needed to be for a while now. And he just passes the puck to Reinhart, who sends it 170 feet into the empty net. 6-4, game over. Game notes. And my most important game note. Charlie Coyle. This was such an opportunity for you. We didn't even need the win, by the way, for this. This was an opportunity for you to center the first line with 2 legitimate all-stars on your wings and just look good. I didn't need you to score. I didn't need you to have points. But if you looked good with these absolute ball-busting maniacs right next to you against the worst team in the league, but you didn't. I don't know if there's a game that I've seen him look worse in. He was lazy. He was slow. He was not hard on the puck. I can't believe how unmotivated this guy looked when he had the best of the team to work with. That was an opportunity wasted. And if there was a game that could change how you feel about a player, this was it. I legitimately lost respect for this guy during this game. Now that respect will be very easily earned back with just a nice little string of games, please. I did lose significant respect for him in this one. Like I said earlier, the Bruins are allowed to lose against bad teams. It happens. It's fine. We won 6 in a row before this. We got big games this weekend against the Pens. We need to win at least one. Again, I don't care about moving up in the standings. But if we lose them, while the Rangers are playing Buffalo, and as long shot odds as these are, you just don't want the last 2 games of the season against the Rangers to mean anything. Our final 2 games of the season against the Rangers. If they're still within striking distance at that point, I will be livid. A couple of bad ones by Rask. It's hard to only blame him for this game. That was a team effort. That was a team loss. But that was a bad game for Rask. So, all you Rask haters out there, just play the game and drop your pants. Have fun with that. This game did remind me of the slump quite a bit. It just felt like no one could tape to tape on this one. You couldn't, like the puck's bobbling off of everyone's sticks. It really does remind you of those games where it was almost supernatural. Like all of a sudden the Monstars came in and sucked everyone's powers away. Weird. One last thing that I don't understand. You score in the first 3 minutes and then you stop shooting. How many plays died because you just didn't shoot the puck? Make the guy work for it a little. We have the opportunity to forget about this one quickly. Big game on Sunday against the Pens. I'm excited for it. You're excited for it. It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. But until then, I'm going to be angry. All right, guys, that does it for me. Like, comment, subscribe. I will see you on Sunday.